Hey guys, wowee, have a look at that. But also, have a look at the face shreds. And I'm not speaking in vain, by any means. But that is simply a physical change that is measurable and that has only occurred because I took out sugar. It's been a month. It's time for me to reflect. It's time for me to discuss how I'm feeling a month after removing sugar, which I should include in brackets, added sugar, for the most part. What I could well call this video is removing processed foods, because I have, well, actually that's a lie as well. Look, it was never going to be easy. It was going to require a fucking shitload of discipline to stick to this completely, to stick to absolutely no added sugar. And for me personally, it was always going to require not being around it. You know what I mean? Not allowing myself to even see it. See that type of food, because inevitably, you know, as the saying goes, you go to a barbershop enough times and you'll end up getting a haircut. Well, in this case, you know, being around sugary processed foods enough times, I'm not going to eat the whole cake, but I might have a slice. And I have done. I've treated myself. But overall, my diet is completely changed. My diet is so much better, and it started with 4 days of completely no added sugar. I ate fruit, I ate nuts, meat, and vegetables. And I gained so much conviction in what I was doing. I gained so much motivation during those first 4 days without letting myself down once, that even if I did indulge in a muffin or a biscuit or, like I said, a slice of cake, it didn't derail me like it did before. And it hasn't. And so it's actually been about 35 days, but I'm going to call this 30 days without sugar. What's changed, or I quit sugar for 30 days and this is what happened. That's not exactly true, but like I said, man, I just feel... I don't feel bad about that, put it that way. I don't feel bad whatsoever, because, you know, what I have done is taken ownership back of my choices and of my decisions around my nutrition and around what I want to eat and what I do eat. And what that's led me to do is drop 5 kilograms. I'm going upstairs, guys. I've dropped 5 kgs in the last 5 weeks. And I was aided with that in the first week and a half, because I actually got sick. I got pretty sick and I didn't even feel like eating, although I did. And that was, you know, whilst I was sick, that's when I first sort of experienced these feelings of, you know what, fuck man, you're sick. What's a little bit of sugar going to do? It doesn't matter. It's probably going to make you more sick. That's what I thought. But that was the time, probably about a week and a half into this, that I let myself have a taste, at least. And I got to say, I remember quite vividly my taste buds just feeling reset, you know, and just a little bit of sugar, like even... I think I had a banana muffin, put it that way. And normally, one of these little banana muffins, it does not taste that sweet. But I took a bite of it, and obviously it was the first sugar I'd had in a long time. Well, I mean, a week and a half. First added sugar I had. And, you know, it tasted really sweet. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So that's one thing that I noticed. You know, what is the... I'm going off track here. It happens. This channel's called It's Okay to Talk, and I talk on this channel, and I try and do my best to pass on opinions, knowledge, experiences in the most concise fashion, and normally it doesn't work. So today seems to be no different. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, I feel better. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. with energy. I feel, well, I know that I'm dropping body fat, and that would be because I've cleaned up my diet, but also because I took out alcohol as well, which was giving me a hell of a lot of just useless calories. One change that I have made finally, which is, completing this picture, completing this turnaround, completing this transformation of my entire life, is getting back in the gym. So the last 3 days I've gone to the gym. I've worked out my entire body over those 3 days, and I've gone for a run before and after. And my calories burnt have gone from an average of about 300 per day up to about 11 or 1200. And what that's going to do, if I can maintain that, is just continue to cut away this stubborn body fat that I've just had on my body for so long. And because as we know, okay, there's something weird going on outside. Because as we know, there's two ways. Well, there's two main tools, right? As far as your nutrition's concerned, as far as calories are concerned, for you to lose fat. The first is to decrease your calories, which I have done quite drastically. What the fuck is that? Oh my God, I think there's some sort of wasp out there. I'm not going anywhere near it. So what I've done is I've reduced my calories without tracking anything, just through removing the majority of the added sugar and removing pretty much every single processed food. So that's helped. But what wasn't helping is not doing any exercise. I'd focused on what I needed to focus on for the last 4.5 weeks, which was my job, my kids, my sobriety from drugs and alcohol. And now I feel so confident with all of those aspects of my life that I've now brought back in training. And as far as this transformation, as far as taking out sugar, as far as losing fat, reducing my calories, now that I'm expending more, it's just going to help. It's just going to improve things, because I've got myself from about 97 kgs down to about 92. I've done that before, and 92 is always my sticking point. And what I know from experience is that if I want to get down into the early 90s, 90, 89, 88, even 87, and these last 5 kgs to get myself down to 87 kg is the 5 kg that is stubborn, that is extremely hard to get off, and that requires discipline to get off, and that requires effort to get off. And I simply wasn't going to be able to do that without bringing exercise back in. So for the last 3 days I've trained. I feel really accomplished with that, and I'm about to go and do my 4th workout in a row. So another tool that I've used many times in the past, and including this time, is intermittent fasting. I will not eat until lunchtime each day, and because I'm not, I'm eating my last meal at about 8 o'clock at night, and it's not filled with sugar, and it's not filled with shit that'll just sit in my stomach, that'll just, completely halt for hours and hours and hours, that fat burning process. Because I'm not doing that, and I'm going to bed, at a reasonable time. I'm getting up early. That first 6 hours of my day, from 6 a.m. when I get up to like 12, is a fantastic opportunity to continue that fat burning process. That is when I probably burn the majority of the fat that I'm burning at the moment, from 6 a.m. to 12. And then I'll have lunch, and then I'll have dinner, and I might have a couple of snacks in between. But overall, I'm eating, I'd say, 3 times a day at the moment, and I'm well and truly okay with that. Now, each and every person might be different. The only, diet the quote goes, the best diet for you is the one that you can stick to. And so fundamentally, I don't eat from 6 in the morning till 12. My first meal's at midday, if not a little bit later. I eat 3 times a day, and I've removed the majority of the added sugar and processed foods. And I've now started exercising as well. So through those 4 changes, I just feel on top of the world. I feel like I've got abundant energy, and that is a feeling that I wanted. That is a feeling that I simply couldn't have whilst ruining myself with toxic sugar, toxic substances, and fucking shitloads of it. You get a kg bag of sugar. There were some days where I'd go through half of that in a day. That is not good for you. And you cannot expect to do that, especially close to going to bed, and wake up the next day feeling good. That is not going to happen. And it didn't happen for me. But at the moment, I'm waking up at 6, and 30 seconds after I get up, I've got a smile on my face. I feel proud about the choices I made the day before. And you can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. But like I said, it started with 4 days of being really, really strict, which sort of in my mind gave me a head start. You know what I mean? It got me. It detoxed me. It detoxed me from this substance, and that's what I needed. So after those first 4 days, I had a bit of motivation, and that's all we need sometimes. It's just a bit of motivation. So all I can say is get through day 1. Get through day 2, get through day 3, and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how you start looking at that type of food once you've taken it out for a few days. It's simply not worth it. It's a conscious choice. You either want to eat it or you don't. And when you don't care, when you really don't care about yourself, when you feel discouraged, when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you're overweight and you just simply can't seem to grasp that motivation to do it, just get through day 1. It's the same with anything. It's the same with any addiction. Day fucking 1. Get to sleep, wake up the next morning, and you'll feel proud. You'll feel proud. Inevitably. If you don't, after telling yourself you're going to do something and sticking to it for a day, if you wake up that next day not feeling proud of yourself, there's something wrong. There's something wrong there. So I reckon that's basically all I got to say. I quit. I don't know what this is going to be. Some thoughts after quitting sugar for 30 days, or I quit sugar for 30 days and this is what happened. I don't know how it's going to be titled, but for anyone watching, wherever you are, it's not too late. It's my birthday today, 33 years old, and I had a slice of cake. You don't have to be completely hard on yourself, but you do need to get a bit of a snowball effect going. I would say you need to be hard on yourself in those first few days, and then see how you feel. And it's not as if, like, I had a piece of cake, didn't really taste that good, and I know it's doing absolutely nothing for me. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best cake, to be honest. If it was like a triple stack fucking chocolate and cream, and with the ganache in the middle and chocolate buttons on top and a bit of ice cream on the side with some cream, some heavy cream. I mean, that is a dessert, and that'd be worth it. But it is what it is. Either way, those were some thoughts, my thoughts and my thoughts alone. I appreciate you all for being here. I'm going to grab my phone, grab my keys, grab my dignity, and get the fuck out of here and go to the gym. Because I tell you what, as good as I feel now, having stuck to my diet today, I'm going to feel that much better having gone to the gym. And the plan for today is back shoulders, and a run. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.